Okay, so I made some changes to the stream. Uh, we have a new chat box widget, and we also have alerts set up for when people subscribe. Um, as you can see, I was kind of just testing that out. Uh, so let's get back into this. This is the rest of the page that I finished after stream ended last night. Oop. Um, what was that? It's the bot. Okay. Damn. I don't actually have my I don't have the stream open on my phone this time, so I'm just gonna like tab back and forth when a message shows up in chat. And it gives me that handy dandy little notification sound. So yeah. Um, let's see. Yeah, I just did these two panels. I feel like this pose is okay. This hand is like maybe a little bit awkward, but it's fine. Um, and I'm really happy with this expression here. Um, Another thing that I like about this is like I noticed like the caution tape in the background almost looks like lightning. And I looked it up and it's like, yo, witches actually are like symbolically linked with lightning. So it's like that's cool. We're gonna start a new page though. We got to actually open the script, so let's do that. Um, mm, all right. And I actually added even more dialogue uh, to this to just make the chapter even more substantial. Um, okay. How do I want to lay this out? Um, so the scene is like about to end. Um, there's gonna be a shot of Lilia like slicing the caution tape with her sword, and I part of me wants to make that like a big panel like right here, but then I don't know how I'm gonna do the rest of the page. Um, because I also want to have like a big sort of like zoomed out shot for the end of the scene, and there's gonna be like some smaller stuff in between. Um, how can we split this up? Let's try this. We can have these be the exact same size. And then we can have just like two really short panels sort of sandwiched in the middle. And then we're gonna need another really thin panel at the top. Uh, It just sucks because like there's not very much vertical space here, and like want the traffic cone witch's face to like be around that size, but it's gonna get cut off. So I want to make this as accurate as possible. Wait. Okay, something like that. This is definitely like a unique layout. Like, I don't know if it's good, but this is just the idea that I have for how I want to lay this out. So let's try the rule of Z and then see if that can maybe guide us a bit on like how we can organize this page. So we start here, go here. Anything on this diagonal is okay. That. Okay, so that's a lot of points of interest that we could potentially use. I'll try to keep in mind the like sort of like voice crack. The image text pattern that I go with. It's weird because like that's not like I don't remember that being like a specific like rule that I read anywhere. It's kind of something that I just made up, or maybe it is something that I actually did read and I'm just forgetting. But yeah. So this is where it leaves off on the previous page. What I'm leaning towards by default is her face being on the right side of the page, and then the speech bubble being right here. That seems fine. I actually want to do like a really rough layout for this entire page before I start getting more details with it. And that's probably what I should have been doing in the past too. So anyway, we have panel 1 sort of complete. Let's see. Okay, so this is going to be the panel where it's just... Oop. It's kind of... What's up? Welcome to the stream. I'm just trying to figure out how to lay out this page right now. This is going to be the panel where Lilia is cutting the caution tape with the sword. It'd be cool if we could actually get it to like sort of the sword could like follow this arc maybe. Or this arc, but then it would be more of an overhead swing and here, and the perspective is going to be tricky on this too, because it's going to be like I want the entrance to be here, and then this is just like completely like horizontal. Here. Also got to remember that the buildings are split in two. We can maybe do another line right here, and then have this diagonal continue. I'm just going to use the line tool. Line tool. Oh god, not that. Let me erase this bit. Actually, I would probably want this to be a wider gap. Oop. So that's a pretty easy fix. I could just move this. Oh, that's not the right layer. Okay. Make sure this is selected. This is the right layer. Just move this down here. Then straight line right here. Merge. Okay. Could even do some of the bridges, connecting them. Okay, and then obviously this line isn't going to really exist. It's just going to be like a shadow. So this will continue out this way. Actually, wait. This would be further back. Because if we look at this right here, like there's still like part of the front facade. A little barricade thing, guardrail. Cool. I'm really happy with this. Also, I wish I didn't merge these two layers, because actually, I should probably keep that. So this is going to be the trickiest part. I need to figure out how these are laid out in space. And like how would this even be attached to the walls or to the sides? I need to look up reference photos for this. Caution tape. I guess it would just be like taped on. Like that's kind of the first image that comes up. Okay. So we can just start with these arcs, and then we can alter them later, because obviously they're going to be like disrupted if they're being sliced up. They get wider, obviously. Oh. How is the comic doing? I mean, you're seeing it. This is how it's going. I can show you the rest of the sketches that I did for the other pages. Is that going to open them all? Okay, there we go. So this is what we got so far. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to copy and paste this. Duplicate. Hold on a second. The facial expressions are really good. Thank you. I try to put a lot of time into them. It's usually where I spend most of my time and focus. Here. This feels too low. So the issue with this is that like they're at these really steep angles, which I think is good and interesting, but realistically they would be at much shallower angles if the entrance was really this wide. I think the best layout would be something like this. Just I'm trying to think about like the negative space that this creates. So like I feel like this looks better if it's not getting like cut off. So we're leaving that little gap right here. And then there's also this little triangle, which I think is fine. Oop. Erase that. Erase this. But then also, oh man, here, maybe let's try merging them and then moving them up. Because like there needs to be enough room for another one below them. Okay, so this doesn't match up. This doesn't match up with the previous panel. We want them to cross like more in the middle. Yeah, having it be in the corner actually I think would be perfect. That's good. And then we don't want to flip it obviously, but something like that. Oh, if I could just get it to cover this whole line here, that would be perfect. Yeah, I like that. But that's still like really low. I guess maybe I can just draw the characters like really small. I'm forgetting like the scale of how big I want this to be. Duplicates. And then ooh, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, leaving like a little triangle here would be good. Yeah, the way they intersect is actually very interesting. Get rid of that, turn this off, and then merge these. Something like that. Okay. Get rid of that. And then we clean this up. Just so that it's a bit more clear what's actually going on. Okay. Oop. Turn this back up. Then let's consider the rule of Z. For this sword slash. These are already... Sorry. These are always really hard for me to visualize in my mind. So I might need to look up another reference for a pose. Something like that, maybe? But she's gonna have to be... Okay, what if I do this? So I want the sword to actually be on screen. I say screen like it's an animation or something. But it's not, it's a comic. The thing that I don't like about this is like, it's always so hard for me to like convey a sense of motion with like sword swings and stuff. Like it kind of looks like she's just holding it. I don't know if that helps. I don't think it really does. Okay, let's try something completely different. Let's have her hold it, like, behind her, almost. I feel like that's... We're on the right track, maybe. So that's a good pose, but it's like... This is the anticipation for the swing, not the swing itself. Okay. Okay. Maybe something like this. Will there be a stream tomorrow? Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna look up some poses to see if that can maybe help me out a bit. Forward swing. You can't wait to see it? Thank you. Okay, now I'm looking at like reference poses for this, and it's like these also feel very stiff and like not like the sword is actually moving. But I guess another thing, like, I should probably be considering, like, we're not really looking for a sword swing pose. We're looking for, like, what it looks like after the swing is complete. Ooh. Okay, something like this could work. This is like really dramatic and exaggerated, but it's like if the sword kind of just like extended like this, and then maybe there was like an arc. That goes directly against the line of Z though, or the rule of Z. Okay, I think maybe I know how to fix this. Let's just copy, delete, paste, so that we can worry about this later. This is not originally what I planned, but if we just flip this, maybe. But now let's think about this. This is definitely better than what we had before, but the eye doesn't move with her sword. It moves against it. Like, if the sword was pointing down and the swing went down like this, I feel like that would convey a sense of speed and motion a lot better. But the other thing is, like, if we go like this, it does kind of curve back up, I think. Like, I think since this is up near here, it sort of creates a new point of interest. At least that's where my eye is drawn. Like, it kind of curves up, and like having it be in like an arc like this, I feel like, ooh. Yeah, if we just add more to this, maybe. Hmm. Okay. Um. I think I like that, but it sucks because now like the character is like embedded in the background, and I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay, undo, undo, undo. That was scary. Uh, that's... Now we can just adjust this in particular, in case there are any issues. Let's see how this would actually fit in the scene. Ooh, and I already have the hand posture down. Nice. What would her other arm be doing? That looks strange. She's gonna have to be shrunken down even more. I probably should have drawn the characters before I drew the caution tape. Hmm. Here, let me just. This is getting very visually cluttered. Okay. I think we wanted to have kind of like that sort of pose. Maybe like, I think her torso needs to be longer. Yeah, much better. Mm, mm, hmm. Actually, maybe we could have her like walking towards it or something. Like she doesn't even stop moving to do this. It's just like, mm, that feels a bit too exaggerated. Okay. Um, I kind of want, or actually no, this is fine. Let me try perspective warp. See if that helps. Perspective, and just like maybe make that side a bit smaller than this side. This is like basically like a fake way of doing foreshortening, but it kind of works. Hmm. And then that would be slightly smaller. The sword would be the closest to the camera, so I can do something like that. Um, let's include foot and yeah, that's a cool arm pose. Okay. Uh, and then also, honestly, let's just like rethink these things' existence in the first place because they're getting sliced. So they honestly probably shouldn't even be visible. Oh my gosh, wait. Is this even the right layer? Okay. Yeah, we don't want to erase that. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, adding that caution tape really fucked me up. What layer is this even on? Okay. I just want to make sure this is like fully defined. Okay. And then let's think about this. Actually, no, I probably shouldn't even add like this part until the very end. Because I still gotta draw the other characters. Mm, she could just be like watching her do this. This one's actually gonna be pretty simple, I think. Her hands could be behind her back, but I wanna make that more obvious. Dun. Okay. That thing. And then we could just have the stop sign behind her head. Because she's like holding it behind her back. Okay. Sort of shrink this down because she's going to be standing back here. And then also the feet don't really look natural, I think. They would probably be flattened out a bit from this point of view. That looks worse. That's probably good enough. Also considering the negative space here, we want to make sure that there's a gap between the character and the surroundings. Can I just there, so I don't forget. Actually, wait. Um, I feel like instead of doing feet, like we could just have this. I feel like she needs to be taller, actually. That's better. Um, and then can we try the perspective trick? Hmm. feel like she needs to be even smaller. That placement feels better. This panel's taking a lot. A lot. Compared to the other one. It's just like there's a lot more going on. And we're gonna have to redraw all of this with more detail too. So let's start by just drawing these characters side by side. That's better. And then I can just resize as necessary. What pose do I want him to be in? Okay. He's gonna be back here. We want to make sure that it's placed in the most visually pleasing location possible. So I like this. Like, we've got this whole like arc, like almost oval thing going on, and then like she's on one side, he's on the other side. Makes it feel kind of balanced. Yeah. I like that. Okay, another thing I kind of want to consider is like she was standing behind him and then she sort of walked up here. And it's kind of like an abrupt jump. Like it doesn't really communicate that she like actually walks past him at any point. And like maybe I could help with that by like adding like some footsteps and then like putting her head like right here. Yeah, definitely doing that. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to paint over this. This is really awkward. And there. Hmm. But that makes me want to move this speech bubble now. Because now it feels like it's in a bit of an awkward place in the composition. It's like right there might be better. Okay, and then just fill this in. And make sure that this is understandable. hair thing be there. Yeah, that's actually an improvement. 8. Page 8. Hello? Okay. Hold on just a moment. Okay. Let's just... Okay, I feel like this is like a good enough like outline. Like, let's just finish the rest of the basic layout before we start detailing everything. Because I feel like this gives me enough information to understand. Or actually, is there going to be a sound effect here? We should probably... That's the last thing I want to consider. There's obviously going to be a sound effect because it's not just going to be silent. But I feel like that's not even like the best sound effect we could use. Also, it looks a bit awkward. Yeah, something like that I think is better. Okay. Moving on. Finally. Actually, wait, no. He's gonna be even further away, so he needs to be way down. Okay, yeah. Um, so this is technically just an image. There's no text, so we can make this be text. Hmm, that's better. I don't actually know what expression I want her to have here. Hmm, I think I'm overthinking it too much. She can just be happy. Hmm. Ooh, never mind. Hmm. This is some cool hair. I like it. That's not how I usually draw that. Hmm. That's fine. So I'm realizing I'm just like detailing this when I said I wasn't going to do that until I finished the whole page, but who cares? Who actually cares? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. That's better. Okay. And then this panel doesn't have any dialogue, so okay, just shrink this down, basically. Much better. Actually, no. Wait. This looks more like scared. I want it to be more like shocked and like flustered. Hmm. But I really like this expression. It's so good. Maybe I just need to make her smiling. Hmm. Yeah, making the lower eyelids wider definitely helps. I'm actually just going to copy and paste this side to the other side. Whoa. How do her eyes actually look? Okay, like that. That's much more what I'm going for. Yes. The eyebrows like that. Um, there you are. Wait. No. Okay, wait. Okay, that's everything. Why is it selecting? Oh my god. What the fuck? How did this happen? Copy, delete, paste. Okay, now we can. What? Thank God. Okay, now I low-key want to change her eyebrow because it's not sitting right with me. Okay, that is better. She needs an upper eyelid as well. Okay. Going crazy on these nostrils. So if I just reposition this face a bit, would that fix it? I think it would actually. Let's flip it. Oh, great. Perfect. Turn that off. If I just copy and paste this, what happens? Hmm. Okay. That is better. Oop. Where are you? Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so goofy. We get rid of that. This mouth is super weird looking. Just needs to be rotated a bit. I think if we make it crooked, that would add even more appeal, potentially. Just like slightly off center. Mm. Okay. The most important part here is this. Getting this part right. Okay. Bro. I don't know how I feel about this anymore. We'll just no. It's like there's this weird bit like poking out. Um, that is strange. Also, these teeth. What are these teeth? Oh my gosh. This is so creepy looking. At least try to make the teeth symmetrical. Well, actually, they're not. They're not in this panel here. They are in this panel here. But... This one's kind of the outlier, so... something like this. But wow, it's just like so hyper realistic compared to this. I think maybe it's because the double nostril actually makes it too realistic. Bro, who knew? A nostril changes everything. Cool. No. God damn. That's wait, we gotta flip it. Oh no! Now I got too used to that version, so it looks bad when I rotate it again. Wait, I could make this so that doesn't actually work. The humongous lower lip. I actually feel like that looks a bit strange. This looks like Jeff the Killer or some shit. What is happening? Bro, I cannot unsee this. That is wacky. Okay, wait. Yeah. Don't overdo it though. Okay. Just have these little bits poking out. How can I make the cone look not ugly? because that looks really bad. That looks really bad. What the fuck? No! Oh my god. Why are they on the same layer again? Life is pain. Copy, delete, new layer, paste. So, okay, goddamn, finally. Get rid of this bullshit. Or wait, was that actually like deeply important? No, it was not. And I actually decided I do want there to be text on this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish this drawing. And then flip it. Or wait. We're not gonna flip it. It actually still looks okay. It's not that bad. But like I'm trying to consider which way she would tilt her head. Like she's kind of tilting it back here, which I feel like makes more sense for some reason. Okay. Shoulders, are they necessary? No. They're really not. Emphasis on the blush. Gotta make sure I don't forget that. What the fuck is going on here? Oh my god. I don't know. Okay. Cute. Wait. The eyebrows. Or the eyelashes. Oh my goodness. I don't actually like that because like I feel like it is kind of it becomes like indistinguishable from the blush because Because, yeah. Gotta make them much shorter. Dude, like, I still want to make some changes to that. But, I'm just gonna move on, because that's good enough. Okay, the final panel in this page. Let's see. This is going to be a zoomed out shot. How can I make this work with the line of attention that we have here? Okay. So what I'm immediately thinking is got her sitting. We have the little wall thing. This is going to be the horizon line, I guess. And then I want to include the stop sign, sort of like leaning, being propped up right here. And then this can be like the factory. We're gonna have to reference this panel a lot. In order to understand what we need to do. So we wanted to still be relatively close, so it's gonna be like pretty zoomed in actually. And this is turning out to be a bit different from what I originally envisioned, but we got something like this, that, maybe have some windows. Ooh, yeah, that's good. That's good. Like one can be kind of like right above her head. And then I just want to copy, paste, make sure they're identical. And this all the way down. We can have the caution tape right here. So yeah, this is, again, different from what I originally planned, but I actually think I like this more. Like, we have this window here, which connects to the entrance, which connects to her sitting down here. Perfect. Okay, time to just finish up the rest of the panels, because this is a layout that I'm happy with. Oh wait, I just realized, since I was flipping this panel around so much, this one got flipped around too. Just place that right in the middle. What does she say here? Okay. Let's start with her hats. Ooh, that's different. My video pause? Yeah, it did. Mm. Okay. I don't even know what I want her expression to be for this. I like that. Yeah, simple enough. I just realized I want to give her like a southern accent. I feel like something I don't really like about this is like I feel like I'm trying to make every single panel as expressive as possible, but that leads to a bit of inconsistency because the characters are just acting out all these extreme emotions. Uh, and they can like almost like completely contradict each other. Like the vibe between these two panels is just so different. And then she's nervous again. It's like I don't understand. Okay. I guess I can actually merge everything. So I'm just gonna be turning down the opacity. Oh, wait. Probably redo. Where's the rule of Z? Turn that off. Hmm. Now, hold on just a second. That expression just felt like too wholesome. Okay. Now. This one panel specifically and turn down the opacity. Yo. That shoulder is a bit off. Way more than a bit off. Okay, wait, actually. That helps a bit. But overall, that still does feel like kind of stiff post crack. I think maybe like the arc will help a tiny bit. Okay. Let's draw the rest of the characters first. And to think, this is still only like the sketch. This isn't even the line art yet. It's honestly insanity. Aw, it's so cute. Stop sign. Okay. What the fuck? What the fuck? Mm. Looks like he's scratching his ass. I want it to look like his hand is in his pocket. Sort of like that. Never mind. It's impossible. Okay. That looks really good. Okay. This should be fairly simple. Ah. Wait. Gotta draw the whole thing. Okay. Oh, wait. I want to make sure that these converge. Is that how that would work? Hmm. Okay, good. Then another one right here. Oh, too far. And then okay. Sorry. Let's add some cracks. I'm gonna have to think this through more. I feel like that would be a bit closer to how it actually would look. Erase this one. Okay. Where are you? Okay, there you are. It's everything. Wait, actually, I want his hand to go down farther. Yeah. I could even just like erase this. Yeah. Okay, but I specifically want to move this part. Okay, copy, delete, paste. I want this to be on its own layer. So I can turn the opacity down and use the curve tool. Something like that. Something like this. Okay. I just want to make this shorter. Maybe does it even need that? Yeah, it does look better with that. Okay. We'll just keep that one. Now for the caution tape. Let's see. So if it's going to be curving around and up, it would rip this way. You could have little tatters of it. That is kind of repetitive. I'm basically reusing the same shape for all of these. I really like this. It almost looks like flower petals or something. Very anime. Okay. This is a very tricky panel. As I've said before. No, the holes do not work for this. Okay. Wait, I just realized something. That is so necessary. So necessary. Okay. How the hell am I gonna clean this up? Oh, we can actually add another sound effect here. Okay. Last thing I want to do is just where are the people? People? Where are you? We could just get rid of that at this point. Okay. And we just need to erase this so that this is more clear. Oh, wait. Erase. Okay. Let's remake this in a new layer. good enough. Okay. Oh. But see, the thing is, I do want to add more to the background. I want to add the ocean, because that would be visible at this scale. So that's the ocean. Here's the thing. I don't like this. I don't like the fact that this exists. So okay, better. And then maybe just some clouds to finish everything off. Yeah, I like that. What a panel. What a panel. Okay. Let's go back to the script. Okay. Just one more panel to go, and then we're done with this page. Actually, merge everything just to make this simpler. I have a more interesting idea, because this is kind of boring. And also, like, her hand is kind of like getting cut in half, her arm. I mean, if we did it like this, and then we had her arm like this. And then her head kind of like resting on her knees. I think that would be cute. I just like move this a bit. Yeah, this definitely feels off. These knees do not look right. I don't know what it is. Okay, better. Okay. I just kind of want her to look tired. His hand is too big. Just completely start over on this. Very cool hand pose. Trying to figure out if this torso even makes sense. Okay. Wait. Um, if we can have like a line being formed between here and here, I think that would look really good. Something like that. Just erase these. One thing I don't like about this is how much just empty space there is. Like I ideally would want to like texture this and add bricks so it's at least more interesting to look at. Okay. It is 12:30 though, so I'm probably gonna end stream here. But I do want to maybe work on another page off stream just to make some more progress because there's still quite a bit left of this chapter. So yeah.